Hi, my name is Alex Jamal. I'm an international men's physique competitor as well as IFBB judge. I first moved to the United States 2012, back when there was the men's physique wasn't really known. It was the muscle and fitness model search, and that was my first appearance on stage in Las Vegas 2012. After that, I did go to Columbus, Ohio for my first Arnold Classic as a men's physique, and that's when I became the first Lebanese international men's physique in the Middle East and all over as a men's physique competitor. As well as before that, I did in the LA Convention Center MPC Ironman naturally. I got the best photo, third place. It was a very nice experience because it was my first time here. I was just visiting, and I didn't tan well, and my trunk wasn't. It was like an old school trunk, but I still did well. I mean, as a natural competitor, it was great to step on that stage. Lonnie was the MC. He was impressed. Even back then, Mr. John. The owner and founder of Ironman magazine.
John Balick.
John Balick, yeah, the great John Balick. He's a very nice friend. And then I decided to come back to the United States, reside here in LA. This country has granted me a lot of experience, knowledge, the exposure, the opportunity to be with the best, the opportunity to compete at the best competitions in the world. I've qualified and competed at the Arnold Classic Ohio 3 times in a row. I did also the World Fitness Championship in Hungary, IFBB World Fitness Championship. After that, an injury occurred, which was in 2015. I decided to stop competing and turn into more on my nutrition and judging. And
so you became an IFBB judge, Alex?
Yeah, I'm right? PC IFBB.
Wow.
I'm very proud to be a part of this organization, and regards to Mr. Jim Mannion and everyone working in that organization, as well as Mr. Robin Chang. I mean, accepting that I can do the men's physique at the Olympia this year, since it's the first time.
So yeah, you're about to compete. It's important to say you're about to compete at the very first inaugural Olympia amateur in Las Vegas.
Exactly, because this is what I want to make things clear for people. When you are doing an international competition, it's not a walk-in like a local MPC show or any show. You have to get qualified, or you have to get the acceptance of the International Federation. So because I'm part of this federation, which is found in 195 countries, and where all the biggest names and the biggest competitions like Mr. Olympia, Arnold, and the World Championship is, I had to take the permission from my head of federation and Mr. Jim Mannion, who I really appreciate, and I'm honored to be a good friend of him, as well as Mr. Robin Chang, the best promoter for more than 20 years at Olympia and other shows. So yeah, it's gonna be a big one, not only for me, for anyone trying to compete at the very first Amateur Olympia in Vegas. It's a great opportunity, and actually I'm doing this for 2 causes, as I told you before. The first cause is a good cause because of my uncles who passed away this year battling cancer, and I want to dedicate this for them. And the second, there was a couple of setbacks. My health was not good. I had an injury in my back, so I took some shots. I gained some fat. I was down, and I decided to put all these together and to get mentally strong, because I'm a nutritionist and I am a face for many young athletes that look to me as a guy who went from Mr. Beirut, Lebanon, from that small country, to be on all the international competition and those big competitions. So it's really a big responsibility to stay up to your game and in shape and represent the sports in the best way you can and in a healthy way at the same time. So I decided to put everything and all my mind into it and compete at the Mr. Olympia, which is in 3 weeks and a half, Las Vegas. Be there. It's a huge weekend this time. It's gonna start Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and everyone you like is gonna be there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you first came here in 2012, you first started on that stage for the model search for Flex Magazine, and now you're returning as a competitor for the very first amateur Olympia. It's kind of cool.
It's really, if you think of it, I mean, this is really the land of opportunities. If you want to make this happen, and you know it, David, and you've seen it here before. So it's really kind of motivational to me because that's where I started. I started in Vegas at that stage, trying to get a photo shoot, trying to get into the industry, and now I'm coming back after retirement, after all these years, after all these competitions. That's my number 10 competition, the 5th international competition.
Wow!
To step on that stage and try to give the best image, regardless of what the outcome is going to be. I mean, I think it's personally, it's really motivating for me, and this is one interview I'm doing with you, and more is coming.
Talk to me, aside from bodybuilding and being a nutritionist and all these things that you're doing, you also were rubbing elbows with some very important people back east at the White House recently. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, because before I arrived to the United States, I lived 1 year in England almost. I was a student for sports and nutrition in Oxford Brookes University. So the love for sports as in general and health and science is since I was very young. So I wanted to be that guy that tried to educate people, try to help people towards health and fitness the right way. I had the opportunity to get a meeting with politicians back east, and I had to wear the suit, take the plane, miss 2 days of training, although I did cardio in Washington. But you know, when you travel, it's really a challenge, and I had a red-eye flight. So, but you have to do what you have to do, because if you really want to be at the top, and if you really have that motivation inside you that you wanna be that guy to help people and have the influence on the whole society as a mass, you have to manage time. And yeah, I went there, talked about sports, and tried to give what sport can do to bring culture, to bring us all together. It's we forget about our problems, we forget about differences, and we share some passion, which is sports and health or fitness.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to just one thing. Thank you so much for this interview. I'm really honored to be on that website and interview. Little thing, as I mentioned to you, when I was 26, 27 that year, I won Mr. Lebanon, qualified me to the international competition. And that when I told my friends, when I'm 30, I'm gonna be the world champion. I didn't, for many reasons, but I did qualify and go for the world championship. So don't let anything step between you and your ideas or dreams or goals. Just keep going. We all face huge problems, and what matters is life is gonna keep going. So keep going with the life and keep pushing. Thank you. Best regards.
Best of luck in 3 weeks at the Olympia Amateur, Alex.